You're invited to take part in a qualitative participatory study to explore the potential use of the Autistic Space Framework as a self-advocacy tool. Before you decide whether to take part, it's important for you to understand why the research is being done and what's involved. The Autistic Space Framework was devised by autistic doctors for medical settings. It supports reflection on autistic strengths and needs through consideration of sensory, predictability, acceptance, communication and empathy, along with further physical, processing and emotional domains. While the framework is increasingly used to create neuroaffirmative environments across different settings, this project appears among the first to examine how autistic people might use it for themselves. The study seeks to explore how autistic participants might use the Autistic Space Framework for self-advocacy, reflection and shared meaning-making in a multimodal workshop at Autscape 2026. Data will be collected across 3 days at Autscape. Participants can explore, identify their support needs and preferences using the Autistic Space Framework. This can be undertaken online or in person at a multimodal workshop during Autscape. You can contribute in the way that works best for you. The workshop will follow the lead of participants. It will include a brief introductory PowerPoint followed by a Q&A, and then opportunities to explore the Autistic Space Framework for yourself. Finally, a debrief and support service options will be shared. So why have I been invited to participate? Neurodiversity can help us frame how we define our needs and strengths. However, institutional claims to be neurodiversity friendly may not always produce meaningful inclusion, autonomy, or strengths-based support. This is why your voice is important. You can help us explore how this framework could maintain its neuroaffirmative integrity to best scaffold support for our autistic community. Do I have to take part? No. Taking part is voluntary. Should you choose to participate, you'll be asked to complete a consent form to begin. This can be completed online or in person at the workshop. You may withdraw at any stage during the data collection. Example, you can withdraw by closing the browser during an online format or by leaving the workshop. You do not have to give a reason to withdraw, and there are no consequences for you if you choose to. However, once you submit anonymous or written responses, you'll no longer be able to withdraw that data, as it will be impossible to know which contribution is yours. What happens if I take part? From the outset, the research will be participatory, inclusive and solution focused. You're welcome to join in whatever way works best for you, for example, online, in person, email exchanges during Autscape, etc. Well-being must always be our top priority. So should any of this prompt you to recall difficult incidents which upset you, please consider the support options that we shared. All data collected at Autscape will be written up and checked for any possible identifiers to ensure anonymity. Text will be analysed to identify key themes and build autistic community developed recommendations for using the SPACE framework as a self-advocacy tool. There are disadvantages and benefits of taking part. Revisiting past experience can be triggering when negative experiences are recalled, so we provide the materials in advance of the workshop, and participants are free to contact me during Autscape for clarification, support options, or just to withdraw. But by sharing your insights and experience, you can help to advance neuroaffirming narratives of autism and explore how we can pursue meaningful inclusion, autonomy, and strengths-based supports as self-advocates. Will the data collected be kept confidential? All information collected from you will be kept strictly confidential. To ensure confidentiality, privacy and anonymity, pseudonyms may be used in the collection, storage and publication of research material. Written submissions will be scanned and the originals immediately destroyed. Digital data will be stored under double lock conditions in a password protected file on the LSBU server. These will be anonymised as soon as practicable. Data generated by the study will be retained securely in electronic form for a period of 10 years after completion of this research project in accordance with the LSBU Code of Practice, and data may be used for future research. What should I do if I want to take part? Should you wish to opt in for the study, scan the code to use the online form to review this information and submit your consent with the chosen pseudonym, or you can fill in a consent form at Autscape. Thank you for taking the time to consider taking part.